Hi, this is Wendell, and welcome to the chapter study plan for the ICND1 books, Chapter 11, which is about wireless LANs. Like all of the study plan videos for these books, the idea is to give you some hints and tips of where to focus your time and effort when you're studying, but of course everything in the book is indeed fair game. Now, your first pass through this particular chapter, you can make it kind of quick. You're not going to remember every last term the first pass through probably, but you just want to get the big ideas. There's no configuration to take away from here, so you don't have to dig in quite so deeply. There's one place where you've got some steps, as you see in the outline at the beginning of the book in the table of contents. That step list is really there to organize your thinking. I wouldn't worry about memorizing those steps. Wireless LAN security, at least remembering those details, is probably one of the more important topics. Also, you've probably heard of 802.11n if you're paying attention to wireless these days, but that didn't make the cut in this chapter. This book was essentially written in 2007. The CCNA last revised, at least as of the recording of this video, last revised in 2007, so there's no .11n in the chapter, just so you know. And it's not a long chapter, so you can go ahead and crank up and get through it pretty quick. Now, when you finish the first pass of the chapter and you take a few moments to review, I've got a couple of ideas. First, since there's so much focus on concept, and the concepts don't get too deep, and there's no command line interface details, I would say start with the key terminology. In fact, you might consider the following. If you've got mind map software or just want to draw it out on paper, create a mind map from all the key terms in the back of the chapter, and then if you have a little extra time and want to, glance through the chapter for some of the other terms and add those to your mind map. Now, I did a simple one of these using the key terms in the back of the chapter and placed it on my CCENT blog around the same time as I recorded this video, April 1st, 2011. So if you want to go back and look for that, and you can see a copy of my mind map there. Now, this is the last chapter in the end of this part of the book, so you'll probably be doing any part review that you choose to do next. But wireless LAN, the topic, is kind of an oddball because the rest of this part is focused on Ethernet LANs, which of course is a different LAN technology that uses cabling, whereas wireless LANs, of course, don't. So for this chapter as part of your review, you can glance over it and again focus on the key topics and the terminology. So that's your focus during part review. Finally, when you get to the final prep for the book, if you're limited on time, just glance over this stuff and spend your time somewhere else. But it probably is worth glancing over the terminology and make sure that you see the term, you know what it stands for, and you have a general idea of what it's for. So that's the scoop. Hope this is helpful, and I'll talk to you later.